Greetings YouTube. Alright, for today's video, this is going to be a question and answers video. Basically what I'm going to do is go to the last questions and answers video and just pretty much it looks like I have 25 comments here. I'm going to go through those comments and I'm going to look for all the questions and I'm going to answer them here on the spot as I normally do. So for the future, if you have any questions you would like me to answer on video, which would be easier for me, just comment on this video, put your question here in this video, and then I will do that in the next Q&A video. I typically make these videos a week later if I don't get tied up with anything else, but put your question in this video so that I can answer it in next week's video, Q&A video. All right, okay, here we go. Let's see where we are. We have 25. Let me see. Load up these. Let me see. Is that it? Oh, okay, that's it. All right, so let me see. Okay, so first question here is by Palabras Electrizantes or something like that. He's from Switzerland. Okay, so this is his question. He says, hey man, love your videos. You got a new subscriber. I got two questions. One, I've been learning Japanese for a few months. I can introduce myself, but that's it. The way I manage to do this is by watching YouTube videos on how to say this and that. How to tell your age in Japanese, for example, or top 10 must know phrases in Japanese. I have no idea of the writing system, nor do I know the grammar. I learned the sentence by heart and have no actual knowledge of the language. Number two, did you ask me a question? How to tell? Okay, I'll come back to that. Number two, he says, what should I do? Buy a course? Do you really have to learn the characters in Japanese? I mean, I could use an online dictionary, listen to the translated word, and then write the romanization down. Would you recommend that? Thanks. Greetings from Switzerland. Okay, so I don't think he asked me any questions in the first one. He just told me basically, he just explained to me what he's been doing to learn the Japanese that he knows now. So I'm going to go ahead and answer your question from number two. What should you do? I would say, yeah, definitely. I would try to, if you're not working from any courses now, I would try to work from a course. Try to work through that. As far as you learning the characters, you don't have to at first. A lot of people do, but I don't think it's necessary. You need to focus on the hiragana. The romaji, and get comfortable with that, and then you need to learn the hiragana romaji after you feel comfortable with the romaji, because when you type at least this is the only system that I know, when you type Japanese on the computer, you're using romaji pretty much. So you want to become very familiar with that system before you start learning characters, and it doesn't take that long. It doesn't take that long at all. I mean, could you use online dictionary? You could use an online dictionary with your studies. Listen to the translated word and write the romanization. I would recommend. Yeah, I think all that is good. I think you could do that, and like I said, get you a course, work through that course, and see how it works for you. And if that doesn't work, then you have to switch it up, try something else. I mean, at least that's what I did when I first started learning languages. I tried something, and if it didn't work for me, then I will switch it up and try something else. So there's going to be trial and error when you start learning a language. That's just how it is. So I think you should definitely go with that and see how it works. It may work for you, it may not, and like I said, if it doesn't, then you have to switch it up. Okay, thanks a lot for your question. I appreciate it. If you have any other questions, just ask me in this video and I will get back to that next week. Okay, what else do we have here? Okay, let me see. Okay, next question by Joe Marshbum, I'm sorry, Marshburn. So I'm sorry. Okay, so all right, hey Moses, with the Assimil Hungarian with Ease book, how do you go about studying it? I have the audio files in the book, but I'm at loss with how to start using them. Kissing them. Thanks for your question, Joe. All right, so I have the Assimil as well. I have the full course. I use Assimil a bit differently. Assimil has its own method on how to go about using it. I don't really follow that method. I'm not saying that you shouldn't follow it, but I do. I follow it a certain way because I'm already using some other resources. So basically, what I would just talk about how I use Assimil, just to give you an idea, and maybe you can do the same. So basically, I spend time listening to the. I just normally a week on one lesson, listening to that, and writing them out, spend a whole week writing out the dialogue, and that's pretty much it. Just listening the whole week to that one lesson, and then writing out the whole dialogue along with the exercise. That's what I normally do. Now, some people, they will do more than one lesson in a day. They will do more than one lesson a day, or they will do more than one lesson throughout the week. But me, I'm not in a rush. That's why I take my time on it. So I just use that for listening and my writing practices. I like using that for writing because the dialogues are very brief. They're not very, very long. And it's just, I don't know. I just like doing that. I use Teach Yourself and Colloquial also to write out dialogues. But if there's an Assimil, I'll go with that. Due to the fact that they make their dialogues very brief. So that's how I normally use Assimil. Like I said, Assimil has its own method and own way that you follow. You should give that a shot. Maybe that will be good for you. But that's how I've been working through Assimil courses, and it's worked out. It's been working really well for me. So let me see. Thanks for your question, Joe. If you have any other questions, just post them down in this video, and I will make sure I answer them in next week's Q&A video. Let me see. What other questions do we have here? Okay, next question by Carl Penn. Hi, VISHU. First of all, I really appreciate your work. Your videos are very inspiring, and I'm always looking forward to see the next one. I know this is off topic, but I have a few questions concerning your healthy lifestyle. Do you drink any alcohol? How many days a week do you go to the gym? Has working out helped you to clear your mind so that you are more focused when you study languages? Thanks a lot. Okay, thanks for your question, Carl. Appreciate that. And thanks for viewing my videos. I really do appreciate the support and what I really do appreciate the support. Okay, so your first question is, do I drink alcohol? No, I don't drink alcohol. I've never drank alcohol before. If that's what you do, that's your business. A lot of my family members, I have family members that I grew up around with. They do that stuff. They drink alcohol and stuff. And I have some friends that drink alcohol, and I don't look at them any different. I mean, if that's what you do, that's what you do. I just don't drink alcohol. I don't do that. How many days a week do you go to the gym? I try to go to the gym like at least 3 times a week. Lately, I haven't been going to the gym that much because I've been caught up with some other stuff, some very important matters, like personal matters. But when I'm going to the gym, I try to go at least 3 times a week, and I think that's adequate. Has working out helped you to clear your mind so that you are more focused? I think working out, it's a combination of working out and eating the proper foods. Definitely, I will start with the eating because that's where it starts. I definitely, since I changed my way of eating, I definitely feel more energized. I can focus more. I don't feel tired as I used to feel. I just feel more alive. And working out is just putting more on top of that. When you work out, it just kind of, the food you've been eating, it helps replenishes your body. You got all the nutrients and stuff that come from food. Working out actually helps to stir that in there, and it just makes things better. But I would say eating is where it starts. and that will definitely change you. You will have a clear mind. Like I said, you will feel energized. You won't be tired. It's just amazing. So definitely the healthy lifestyle, eating and working out definitely contribute to your any type of studying you're doing. And studying languages, that's dealing with the brain. You definitely want to have a clear mind when you're doing that. So yes, I would definitely recommend that. That's the best thing you can do when you're trying to maintain your focus. I appreciate your question. That was a very great question. And if you have any questions, put them down below, and I will answer them in next week's Q&A video. Next question by Sally Lauper. Cheers, Laoshu. It seems you have been really getting into East European languages lately. Is this part of an overreaching plan? Is it even true? How do you feel about studying Macedonian, Hungarian, Finnish, Polish? I think the grammar is a lot harder than most Asian languages. Would you agree? Best wishes. You are an inspiration to so many. All right, Sally, thanks a lot for your question. I appreciate it. Yes, it's true. This year is my main focus is on East European languages. Those are the languages that you'll mainly see me active with. I may end up doing something like some other languages outside of Eastern European languages, such as Turkish. Turkish and Nepali. But for the most part, yes, definitely Eastern European languages. Yes, I definitely agree with you. The grammar of those languages are far more difficult than the Asian languages. Far more difficult. And I mean, it's just like as far as how I feel about studying language, I feel the same as studying in any other language. It's a new beginning. It's a new experience, and I always enjoy new experiences and meeting these new people that I've never met before. So I feel great. These are difficult languages, namely Hungarian, Finnish, and Polish. Those three languages are very difficult. But like I said, I enjoy the language. It's a new experience, and I enjoy meeting the people from these different cultures. I appreciate your. Let me see. Yeah, I appreciate your question, Sally. If you have any other questions, post below, and I will make sure I answer them in next week's Q&A video. Okay, let me see. What else do we have here? Yeah. Let me see. Give me a second, guys. I'm making sure I'm not skipping any questions here. Okay, next question is by Nindo Akuma. Okay, I also am curious about which language you think was the hardest for you. In addition, I'm wondering what your favorite language is. Okay, so this is a very common question. As many of you know, I look at the languages in aspects: writing, pronunciation, grammar, and all that stuff. And if I was to answer this question looking at a language from a grammatical perspective, I would definitely say it's maybe Finnish. I would say Finnish has been the most difficult for me thus far grammatically. I've studied some other languages with difficult grammar, but I think Finnish is hands down the hardest, the most difficult that I've dealt with thus far. Writing and reading, definitely Chinese. Pronunciation, that's a hard one because Navajo has been difficult. Vietnamese and Polish that's really difficult. I want to say Navajo. I want to say that as far as pronunciation. Yeah, Navajo probably. Yeah, maybe Navajo. Navajo come first. Yeah, Navajo comes first, and I would say Vietnamese and then Polish. I think I would say that. Favorite language. My favorite language is Cantonese. I've said this before. And, yeah, Cantonese is my favorite language. I feel a certain way when I speak Cantonese. I like how it sounds. It's just a very cool language. I love the rhythm of the language. It sounds great. It's just the rhythm of that language is just great. It's that I can't even explain why that language is my favorite language. But yeah, Cantonese hands down. I love every language, but yeah, definitely I would have to say Cantonese is my favorite one. And the last question by X Channel: what types of music do you enjoy listening to during your language transitions? Yeah. Thanks for your Thanks for your question. Okay. I skipped some. Okay. Thanks for your question, Nendo Akuma. If you have any other questions, post them below, and I will answer those questions, or your question if you have one. I will answer them in next week's Q&A. Okay, I'm gonna come back up to Wow Kid 54 because I see that he asked me something. Okay, so this guy X Mercure channel, he asked me what types of music do I enjoy listening to. I listen to a lot of different type of music, but what I enjoy listening to the most is chiptune music. And if many of you don't know what chiptune music is, it's basically video game music. You know, game music from like old school, from Genesis, Nintendo, even new game music from PlayStation, Xbox. I like listening to game music. It's something about that music. Classical music is good. I will say classical music is on the same level as that game music that I like to listen to. So I'm very diverse when it comes to music. I listen to rap, I listen to hip hop, I listen to game music, I listen to some country music. There's some rock music, there's some heavy metal music. I mean, I listen. It depends on my mood. It depends on what I'm doing. That's how I determine which music I'm going to listen to. But I'm very diverse across the boards when it comes to music. I don't have any limitations when it comes to that. Thanks for your question. I appreciate that. And if you have any other questions, post them below, and I will get back. I will answer those questions in next week's Q&A video. All right. So the last question is by WildKid54. He said, for someone starting to learn another language, what would you recommend be the easiest? What was the easiest language for you to learn, and what was the hardest? Okay, so this actually goes hand in hand with the previous question I've answered, but I already talked about the hardest language, and the same thing applies with the easiest language. I look at the different aspects, and I would definitely let me look at that. Let me see real quick. Grammatically, I will probably say something like, let me see. Indonesian is definitely one of them. Esperanto, if you want to count that as a language, I would say that's been very easy. Although I dabbled with it a little bit, but the time I dabbled with it, I found it very, very easy. Yeah, I would say Indonesian. Even it's easier than Spanish because they don't have any conjugations. It's very straightforward. They don't have any scripts, so you don't have to worry about writing accents and whatnot. It's very straightforward. It's probably another language that I've touched so many different languages, but I would definitely say right now, off the top of my head, I would say the Indonesian, the Esperanto. Those two languages have been very, very easy. Very, very easy, especially grammatically. For someone starting to learn another language, it depends on your native language. Now, if you're a native, I'm assuming that you're a native English speaker. If you're a native English speaker, you want to start something. If you want to look at the level of difficulty. If that's how you want to determine what language you want to start learning, I would say start with the language that has grammar very similar to English. And I'll just name several languages like that. Chinese could be one of them. Indonesian could be one of them. Spanish, the European languages, not the Eastern European, but those European languages, German, Italian, Portuguese, those type of language will be, and French. Those language will be easy for a native English speaker. I threw Chinese in there because Chinese, I'm looking at it from a grammatical perspective. Grammatically, it's doable for a native English speaker. That's, like I said, that's if you're looking at that aspect to determine the language that you want to learn. Yeah, so definitely the European languages, German, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Esperanto. If you really want to walk in the park, I mean, you still have to work hard. I mean, I don't want to say it's going. You just you start those languages. You don't have to work hard. You still have to put the work in. I mean, with any language, no matter how easy it is, you have to put that work in. But if you want to start off with something simple, I would go with that. You don't have to worry about learning scripts. You don't have to worry about learning getting adjusted to tones of a language. You know, but like I said, if you're, it doesn't. I don't like to just promote choosing a language that's more easy for you to learn based off of your native language, whichever's close. I promote everything, you know, Arabic, Russian, anything, as long as you have the motivation and you can work hard. And if you have the motivation, you want to learn a language, you're good at working hard, you're very diligent. I don't think it matters. You just have to, you know, you have some kind of effective approach that can get you started, or you can just, you know, go through your trial. Excuse me. You can go through your trial and errors and see how it goes. But yeah, since you asked me, you asked me that question, so that's why I answered it in that way. So, all right, guys, I think that is it for all the questions. Let me see. Yep, and that was from that was the last Q&A video. I think that was about, what was that? When did I make that video? That was on the 11th. Ooh, yeah, that was a while ago. That was more than a month ago. But like I said, if I get tied up in something else, I get really busy. You probably won't see a Q&A video the next week, after the next week, never next week. But my main goal is to make these Q&A videos every week to give people time to respond and watch the videos and stuff. Okay, so if you have a question that you want to ask, that you want me to answer, post it in this video at the bottom. I will read the question. Whenever I put a video up, I read all of my comments that I get. I'm notified through email. I will get your question. I will read it. Make sure you post it in this video so that it will get answered, because that's how I'm going off of choosing these questions. I'm just going to the previous video that the previous Q&A video and just kind of read through them like that, like how I did today. So that is it for this video. Thanks for viewing. And also, by the way, if you guys level up 133, I put a note in there. I let you guys know that I was still working on subtitles. I finished all those subtitles are done. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. All the subtitles are finished there. So that is it. If you guys have any questions, you know what to do, and post them down below, and I will get back to in a week. All right, you guys take it easy. Stay healthy. Stay happy. Peace.